Hi, Julie. How you doing? Okay, I got your GIF up here, and then I've got your banner right behind it. So it was really smart of you to submit both of these. That way, we can just take a look at both and take a look for consistency and harmony throughout this little mini campaign that we've created. So let's start. Well, I'll tell you what. Here, let's start with your writing. Let's start with your writing. I think that's a good place to start right here. Okay, you say you're using a different logo. You use different logos when you create your web banner. But I'm not. That makes me wonder if you've submitted the right files that you're looking at, because right now we are looking at two. Come on now. We are looking at two different logos. See, that one's got the solid purple background. So I'm not real sure if I've got the right files based on what you're saying. Let me know. So after placing side by side with your original magazine looked way too different. It almost looked like a completely different idea. Use the same logo and the same logo for Sprout. But see that, and again, because we have two different logos. There's Sprout logo, there's the round Sprout logo, and then over here you've got the text Sprout logo. So yeah, something's amiss here. I definitely think so. Okay, well, let's just continue, and I'll just continue along with this particular route that we're on. So the magazine ad I think it looks fantastic. I really do. I mean, if anything, boy, it's a little bit out of balance because of the weight of these two logos down here. That logo down here, right there, would probably look better. It would take away some of that visual weight. That way you wouldn't have to go rearranging things. If you were stuck with this logo, I would recommend you move that logo over here, move the kid over here. The kid is lighter in visual weight than the logo, so I think that would help even out some of the balance that's being created by two things. Number one, I know the tree's on the left side, but the tree's leaning right, so that implies a balance towards the right. And then the text on the right and the logo placement is all adding this weight to the right-hand side. I think imbalanced. Try that other logo there. I think that if you hate it, then try moving the kid over here and the logo's over here. Okay, think about it. But let's jump to why we're here today, and that is the banner. So the banner, I think, well, first things first is you're showing outstanding proficiency in your animation, your type animation. It's great. Everything's working great. I think it's a little abrupt. I like to see fades. Because honestly, I think that it's a little more interesting visually, and especially to the subconscious, because when people see type blinking in and out like that, bap, bap like that, it kind of tends to draw like these fragmentations, like almost this uncomfortable, like car salesman. Bring your family and have more fun, 2 weeks only. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to having them fade in. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good car ad salesman guy, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah, so do you see what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if maybe fading that in instead of, abruptly. Watch this right here. See what I mean? It would just seem like if that were to fade in, it would just really have this nice, really relaxed feeling that I think would emulate that beautiful background. Okay, anyway, so the other thing, but what I'm saying is the important thing is that, yes, you have definitely showing proficiency. Now, the one thing I want to mention is that, see, the visual difference between these two headlines, A Way of Life Away, the color. So I'm wondering if this thing would really, really come together visually if you were to change that color background, creating more contrast. Right now, the type doesn't have very much contrast in the background because the color is the same color as the water. So try that white. Tell me what you think. See if you like it. Okay, this logo. I think that a perfect exit strategy for a logo is always the lower right-hand corner, especially in banners and magazine ads. We start in the upper right-hand corner. We work through the ad visually. Hopefully, there's not too many stops. Let's take a look at this for example. We work our way into the ad here. Beautiful movement. There's not any jumping around. Nice alignment. Good. Text box brings us right down here where we probably are going to take a look at the kid and then over to the right. So, and that's typically how we start. We start at the upper right and we leave at the lower left. So, I'm sorry, I said that backwards. We start at the upper left and we leave on the lower right. So that I think is such a wonderful place for a logo, and I think that it would help pulling that logo down here. I agree the logo should be the same. Pick one and stick with it. I don't think it's as severe as I think maybe that you were making it sound in your writing. I really don't think it's not that bad. The reason it seems it is to you is because you've been staring at it for days now. So everything is amplified. Okay, I agree using the round logo. If you're going to use both logos, stick with it. Okay. You got to get St. Thomas in here somewhere. You got to get the location in here somewhere because that's the attraction. Okay. If you're going to, it's a lot different. Imagine if this were Florida as it is to St. Thomas. I mean, at St. Thomas, you want to show that. I mean, that, and I'm sure your client would probably want you to do that as well. Really feature the fact that that's not in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. Okay. I just want you to think about this. You don't have to do anything about this. We talked about this earlier with some of the students, but in a resort, you're in this ad right here, it doesn't matter. There's a couple of wispy clouds off into the future, off into the distance, the future, I mean, in the distance, but over here we're getting some clouds here, and those clouds have a little gray in them, and they're looking somewhat ominous. And I think your client would say, "Hey, no clouds in my image." I've shared this story with a couple of other students, but I've done work for a Mexican resort. And I remember one time a teammate brought an image in that had some clouds, not innocuous clouds, something like this, and they went off. They were like, "No, get those clouds out of here. We don't. Clouds are their enemy," if you can imagine. All right, now look, I want to check one thing here real quick. I think that where is my style guide there? Where is my style guide? Here it is. I just want to open this real quick because it looks like one of your logos has been stretched. And I want you to see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's take a look at that logo right there. Maybe not. No, I thought that was horizontally stretched or vertically stretched without constraining the horizontal proportion. I thought because this looked a little bit longer than it does, but I don't know if it is. Well, you know what to do, but it was probably an accident because it's just a little bit if it is at all. But at any rate, I think that your work is really good. And if you have any questions at all, or if I can help clarify anything at all, moving this into our final, let me know. Good job. Thank you.